everyone, and welcome to our community celebration of one of the greatest people in the history of Lambton College, our president and CEO, Judith Morris. I'm Spencer Dixon, Lambton College's Vice President of Finance and Administration. On this momentous occasion, I have the hosting duties. We've had many special guests with us today, and I'd like to welcome you all, especially Judy's family. This pandemic has taught us what is really most important, which is friends, family, and of course, IT. This celebration is a bit different than the one that we had thought about having when we heard Judy was first retiring, and I know everybody wanted to be in person. So we all could share with Judy in terms of what she's really meant to all of us. But with the magic of IT, we are bringing you a virtual celebration. We have so many wonderful people gathered and so many heartfelt tributes. I also encourage you to share with Judy as this event unfolds in the chat feature, any feedback that you have in terms of what Judy has meant and well wishes. We have lots of great speakers and videos to get to, but before that, it is my honor to give our land acknowledgement. At Lambton College, we are always very grateful for the land we live on, for the land we teach and work on, for the land we play and compete on, and for the land we learn on. It is with gratitude in our hearts that before events such as this one today, that we are always proud to acknowledge that Lambton College is located on the traditional lands, beautiful homeland that is traditional territory of the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Odawa First Nations. These three individual nations make up the traditional Three Fires Confederacy. We acknowledge the grace and the welcome they have offered all students, staff, and guests at Lambton College. To help commemorate this event and Judy's career, we also have a very talented illustrator joining us virtually, Lisa Sorsa, who will be illustrating Judy's legacy today as we have our videos and our speakers. And Lisa was an illustrator for us when we unveiled our strategic plan in 2019. And it was a phenomenal creation. We look forward to what she has in store for us today. So at this time, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, the truly outstanding Chair of our Board of Governors, Janice McMichael-Dennis.
Well, thank you, Spencer. Thank you to everyone for being here. It is my super proud role as Chair of the Board of Governors of Lambton College to be able to be here and to share a few words today. First of all, I want to say welcome. Welcome to all the people virtually. It's so nice that everybody took the time. Welcome to the few people who get to be in the room, and I'm so honored to be amongst you, especially Judy's wonderful family, and especially nice to have her son, Chris, come to us from Sault Ste. Marie as a surprise for his parents last night. Judy's other son, Adam, and Carly, and of course, the wonderful and handsome Jerry. So nice to have everybody here. So when I was thinking about today, I had a hard time thinking how you possibly take 60 seconds and touch upon everything that is so Judy. And I think I had a hard time thinking about where to begin, because that meant to me that you had to end. And, I can't believe that it's coming to an end, but it's a wonderful end, and it's an end that should be celebrated. The obvious things, Judy, that you've accomplished are just so out there and in your face, and so Judy. I think I've said to many people, I drive by Lambton College on my way every day to my job, the one that pays. And I drive by on Modeland and I look at the college, and every single day without fail, my heart beats a little faster when I look at these buildings. And it's just so transformative what has happened on this campus. And that's because of you, Judy. I think of the other obvious things. I think of worldwide and Canada-wide rankings and national championships. From all this little college that could, the little nimble college in Sarnia, Ontario, it's amazing. In addition to the obvious things, I think of some of the not so obvious things strike me, and the things that people don't always see, that I get to see in my position behind the scenes as board chair. I think of Judy's warmth. I think of the little ideas that became transformations. I think of the feelings that created welcome and everything that Lambton College is today. So I think of those obvious things, and then I think of those things behind the scenes. And both of them are so impactful and so who you are. I don't think it would be fair to say there hasn't been some tough times at Lambton College, because there has been, right? In everybody's life there has been. But what happened was Lambton College saw those tough times through. And they saw them through in big part because of you, Judy, because you saw them through. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes to create what Lambton College has created here today. It takes leadership. And not just any leadership, it takes great leadership. And in this case, it takes the greatest leadership. And you know what? You have a fabulous, outstanding senior team, and I love every one of them. And behind all that senior team, well, there's one person, and that's you, Judy. You were that driving force behind that fabulous team, and you deserve every word of accolades today. I couldn't say it more. You've created this culture of empowerment and of welcome and of diversity, a place where everybody comes and they feel like they can do more because of what Lambton College is. They can do more because of you. So it seems like just two small words. We want to say thank you. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you for all these transformative changes. And thank you for all the softer changes and everything that is so Judy. Because everything that when you look at it, it just has that Judy feel, that Judy imprint. And you can't replace that. So thank you for letting me play such a small part on Team Judy. Thank you for letting me play such a small part of this amazing organization that I've come to love with all my heart. And Judy, it's because of you. So thank you, Judy. Thank you, Lambton College. And Judy, we love you.
Thanks, Janice. That's you said you couldn't do it in 60 seconds, but what an incredible tribute. At this time, while not able to join us today, the Minister of Colleges and Universities, Jill Dunlop, has sent greetings. And while Minister Dunlop is very new to the role, clearly Judy's impact in terms of is known by the ministry. So I'll read their greetings, and you can really, when you hear this, you'll really understand the impact that Judy's legacy has had in terms of being recognized by the ministry. Greetings from the Honourable Jill Dunlop, Minister of Colleges and Universities. On behalf of the Government of Ontario and the Ministry of Colleges and Universities, I'd like to offer my most sincere congratulations and best wishes on your well-deserved retirement, and thank you for nearly 2 decades of service as President and CEO of Lambton College. When President Morris was named the 13th President of Lambton College in 2012, she was the very first woman to hold that title, and under her leadership, Lambton went on to achieve many more firsts. Lambton has been ranked as the #1 research college in Ontario and 2nd overall in Canada, a formidable achievement that has positioned the college as a global leader in research, innovation, and education. Lambton is also recognized as a powerhouse for international students, growing its enrollment significantly under President Morris's innovative thinking and guidance. She has demonstrated the importance of giving back to the broader community. Throughout the pandemic, Lambton has been going above and beyond and doing its part in fighting against COVID-19 by supporting several critical research projects, such as improving COVID-19 testing capabilities and using 3D printers to provide our province's frontline heroes with PPE that was desperately needed. She also takes her talents beyond Lambton's campus to support the Sarnia-Lambton community, regional industry, and the post-secondary sector by serving on many boards. During a time of significant change and shift towards virtual learning, President Morris took these challenges head-on to ensure learners had access to high-quality post-secondary education when and where they needed it most. I would like to thank her for her co-chairing the board of eCampus Ontario. Having President Morris in a leadership position at eCampus, we know we are in good hands as Ontario continues to implement its virtual learning strategy. Under her leadership, Lambton has successfully prepared graduates for knowledge, training, skills development, and hands-on experience they need to succeed in their careers and have a positive impact on the local and provincial economies. President Morris, you are a true trailblazer. Couldn't be closer to the truth. And no doubt you will continue to find innovative ways to spend the next chapter of your life. Congratulations once again for your exemplary leadership. Sincerely, the Honourable Jill Dunlop, Minister of Colleges and Universities. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay, well, let's see if our next speakers can top that. So we have a few other dignitaries who wanted to provide a message for Judy. Please enjoy these videos from our Member of Parliament, Marilyn Gladu, our Member of Provincial Parliament, Bob Bailey, and our Lambton County Warden, Kevin Marriott.
Hi, Hi, MP Marilyn Gladue here. I want to congratulate Judy Morris on her retirement, and I want to thank her for the many years of amazing vision, hard work, great leadership that she has demonstrated to Lambton College and to the community at large. Judy, you will be really missed, but we hope that you have lots of fun in your retirement, and we know that wherever you go, you'll continue to do good for us. Thanks so much.
Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement, Judy. As the MPP for Sarnia-Lambton, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you for more than a decade. With you at the helm, Lambton College has grown to be one of Ontario's finest educational institutions. All the best in your retirement and enjoy every minute.
Hi, I'm Warden Marriott, and I'm honored to recognize and thank Judy on behalf of the county for her contributions to our community. Judy started on the board for the Research Park in 2012. While most new board members are content to listen at their first meeting and perhaps move a motion to adjourn, as a harbinger of things to come, Judy quickly jumped in and moved or seconded 3 motions. One regarding fiscal accountability, the second regarding the attraction and retention of new tenants, and the third on how to improve the park's business model. An abbreviated list of some of her accomplishments would include the following: creating committees such as the President's Committee on New Resident Attraction in order to grow and diversify the local population, obtaining a $5 million grant from the county for construction of the Health and Research Center, fostering innovative links with local industry, Western University, and the Research Park, a key factor in the county being named one of the top 7 intelligent communities of the world, being named the #1 college in Canada for applied research, ranking of the Research Park as one of the top such facilities in North America, and recognition of the community as a leading bio-industrial cluster in the country. Due to partnerships amongst the college, Western University, Research Park, local government, and industry. In short, Judy has what it takes to make a great leader: vision, intelligence, compassion, and drive. People like Judy see the full picture and work in a way which is welcoming and innovative to ensure everyone can benefit and no one is left behind. On behalf of the county, Judy, thank you and best wishes in your retirement. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Honorable Marilyn Gladue and Bob Bailey, as well as Warden Marriott. I think Warden Marriott's comments are really poignant in terms of the impact that Judy has had with respect to our community and those deep, deep partnerships. And as I'm speaking today, we're in the building, as Warden Marriott referenced, in terms of the partnership between the college and the county. Couldn't have got here without them. But when we think of Judy's legacy, it's not just about the recent years and the awesome things that have happened. It all started way back a number of years ago when some talent joined Lambton College from the Sioux College. So I'd like to welcome at this time a message from one of those talented individuals, our former CEO, Tony Hanlon, who's bringing some greetings.
Well, hello, Sarnia-Lambton. I am so happy to be here today to speak about Judy's celebration and the marvelous work that Judy has done over, I guess, almost 20 years at Lambton College. Her work speaks for herself, and Judy, as you know, you and I have had a lot of fun over those 20 years, a lot of challenges, but a lot of fun. And I just want to relate one quick story about how Judy became the Vice President of Academic at Lambton College. We created a position back in late 2002. There was a national search. There was a search committee made up of faculty, staff, and admin, and I charged them with finding someone who was an expert in program development, curriculum development, student success, and most importantly, e-learning. I remember the chair coming in of that committee telling me there are 2 great candidates and you have a very difficult decision. One candidate wrote the book on e-learning. The second candidate is in the front lines creating e-learning. We then interviewed those 2 candidates, the executive and I, and it was 100% agreement among the executive that Judy Morris definitely was a person who was working in the trenches and was the person who was going to ensure that Lambton College was successful going forward with new programs and new e-learning technologies. Congrats again, Judy.
Great, thanks, Tony. And it's great to hear that all the way back in 2002 that e-learning was on the radar. And clearly, as we've experienced in the past 15 months, you can never be too prepared to go virtual. But Judy's impact, of course, has been felt well beyond our college and even our community. Our next three guests will be speaking about the incredible impact Judy has had on the Ontario college system. Please enjoy these tributes from Linda Franklin, President and CEO of Colleges Ontario, Marilyn Westmoynes, President and CEO of Georgian College, and Glenn Bulbreck, President and CEO of St. Lawrence College.
Hello. I'm so pleased to be here with you virtually today, although I would love to be there in person to congratulate Judy and celebrate her time as the president of Lambton College, and to wish her all the very best on her new adventures. I know there will be many stories about Judy's success at Lambton and how much better the college is because of having her as president. When I think of Judy, as well as thinking about what a great colleague and friend she is and what positive energy she brings to everything she does, I think about what a collaborative, system-focused person she is and how she is always looking for ways to support not just Lambton College, but every college in our system. Others I know will talk about Judy's many accomplishments, but I'd like to talk about three in particular in the context of the college system: her work with Enactus, her time with eCampus Ontario, and her leadership on applied research. At a time when applied research was new in the college system, and only a handful of colleges were really invested in this in a serious way, Judy and Lambton College made this core to their brand. Over the years, I really admired the way that Lambton has risen to the head of a pack as a powerhouse in applied research, ever mindful of the really good work this can create in their local community. But Judy has also been a system leader in this area, always volunteering to work with Colleges Ontario, supporting our research and advocacy to government for more applied research funding and a greater focus on that in the college system, always happy to share her insights and successes with fellow presidents, and always eager to promote the entire college system as an engine of economic development through applied research. Similarly, very early in our experience with online learning, Judy agreed to take the chair of eCampus Ontario. And from that vantage point, she was an articulate, energetic advocate for what the organization could bring to the table and how our system and post-secondary institutions in general could benefit from joint engagement in building something new, important, and forward-facing. I believe those efforts that showcase the potential of online learning for the entire post-secondary system helped prepare us all for the startlingly fast pivot we would all need to do during this pandemic. Judy also brought her enthusiasm and energy to Lambton's Enactus engagement, leading to Lambton College winning the worldwide competition in 2018 and actually making the world a better place in doing so. Also chalking up national wins in the process. Judy did not just sit on her laurels or celebrate Lambton's success, though. She brought this issue to the Committee of Presidents to argue for a greater engagement of all of our colleges in this process and highlighting all the ways engagement with Enactus would help our entire sector. Almost 1/3 of Ontario's colleges are now active participants, and I think that is in large part due to Judy's advocacy. The other attribute Judy has, which I'm entirely admiring of, is that she is just a genuinely nice person. That doesn't mean she can't make tough decisions or have tough conversations or deal with challenging issues, but she has a sense of decency and kindness that in these pandemic times has never seemed so needed and important. She rarely misses a COP board meeting, even though before the pandemic, that meant long travel days and time away from her college that she had to make up in, I'm sure, evenings and weekends. But she would never also miss an evening discussion with colleagues prior to our board meetings, when presidents could gather as colleagues, share thoughts, share issues and concerns, share best practices, as well as building friendships. Ultimately, that's what brings a group of people together to create success. And Judy has been key to this for her entire tenure. It's why the college system is seen by government as being so united, not that we don't have our differences and our challenges, but for the most part, it's presidents like Judy who are unfailingly pleasant and lovely to deal with and kind and collaborative that really make our system work and make us work as colleagues better. That's what I will think of most when I reflect on Judy's tenure in the college system. Her collaborative system thinking, her generosity in wanting the system to succeed, not just her own institution, and the fact that she is a fundamentally good friend and a nice person at a time when we could not need that more. Thanks for bringing all of that to COP's table, Judy. I know your colleagues will miss you. I certainly will. But when you're ready to talk, I have a consulting contract I'd like you to consider. Take care and best wishes in your new adventures.
Hello, my name is Mary Lynn Westmoyes. I'm the proud president of Georgian College, and I just can't tell you how delighted I am to be here today to just share a few words with you about my good colleague, Judy Morris, who I've worked with since the 1990s. A president, poet, I do not profess to be, and today I'm here as friend, good colleague, and a member of COP. So in your assessment, please be kind to me. In this ode to Judy Morris, we see culture come to light. Her values are strong, and she is a champion of what can be right. An early adopter, an uncontested entrepreneur with commitment to social innovation. That's our Judy girl. All right, the description of girl could be contested, but you can't discount that infectious laugh. Let's settle this waffling. This woman certainly has class. A real inner beauty with depth beyond compare, a compassion of students, faculty, and administrators, capturing commitment and hearts with a flair. With passion for Lambton at the forefront, the world became her domain as she championed international education. With Ontario pride, she sure lit the flame. So many, many committees, so many, many issues to debate, but for technology, Judy was adamant. eCampus simply could not wait. A real leader amongst leaders. You have contributed so much, not afraid to battle the tough discussions with just the right touch. A little personal injection, bathroom humor at COP. Judy, this will remain an image, laughter and friendship as it should be. Let me sum up by saying the following. You're a rock star president without fuss. Go off, grow up, and enjoy life, knowing you'll always be one of us. Congratulations, Judy.
Hey, Judy, it's Glenn here. First of all, congratulations on your retirement. You know, when they asked me to say a few words about your retirement, I jumped at the chance. Judy, we're going to miss you. You know, you have made an incredible mark on the college system, and under your leadership, you and your team have done amazing things for Lambton and the communities that you serve. So, you know, I was trying to recall, you know, a moment that would sort of, typify Judy Morris and what you're about, and you know, I think of all the COP meetings that we've had and some of the events that we've gone to. And you know, when you're at an event, you can look across the room and you'll see this person standing there and with a huge, like 1,000-watt smile on their face and a glass of wine in their hand usually. No, I'm sorry, Judy, I shouldn't say that. This is a retirement speech. Who knows who's watching? But you know what I'm saying. But you know, a huge smile, and you're always listening. You're listening intently because you care what people think. You care what people say and what our students think and say, and that's why they love you so much, and that's why we love you so much, Judy. So you know, a moment comes into mind as well as the Enactus events. I recall seeing you at Enactus, and you always seemed at your happiest when you were around a group of incredible students, like they are at the Enactus events, and you were surrounded by your colleagues and your friends and your students at the college, and you are always hugely engaged and smiling and clearly in your element. I also recall at a COP meeting when you were giving an Enactus presentation, and I was close to you, relatively close to you at the front of the room, and I could feel the energy, I could feel the pride coming from you, and it gave me goosebumps. And it was, I can recall that speech to this day, and you know, that really is what you're about, and that's going to be your legacy, your engagement with your students, your engagement with your community, how you've advanced your college, how you advanced the system. So with that, they told me I've got to keep it short, so I will keep it short. But I just want to say congratulations again. We're going to all miss you at the COP table. I'm going to personally miss you, and I hope you and your family have a fantastic retirement. I know you've got lots of plans on the go, so enjoy. You deserve it, but stay in touch. Okay, take care, Judy. Congratulations again. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Linda, Mary Lynn, and Glenn. Those are interesting tributes, eh? I wasn't expecting a 1,000-watt smile, wine, poetry, and a job offer. Just a day in the life of Judy Morris. So as you've been hearing, there are many layers to Judy's legacy here at the college, and there are a number of standout accomplishments. And Lambton's international education is one of those. And so here today is Chris Slade, our Senior Dean of International Education, along with some of our partners to tell you a bit more.
Hi, Judy. What a journey you've had. You've led one of the most successful international education efforts of any small college in Canada. In fact, by the early 2000s, you'd already achieved quite a success. 4,000 students in China. Several years later, you had started a PPP in Toronto. This is before most colleges even had an international department. And we've been so fortunate to have such a strong base and foundation to work from. And your leadership internationally has really allowed our community and college to thrive. When I think about how did you do it, Judy, I think it comes down to a few of your strongest traits. You love people, you enjoy having fun, you value relationships, you have the courage to be the first mover, and you thrive in collaborations. These are all cross-cultural traits that work in all markets. And some folks often talk about how important the revenue and the finances have been internationally and how they've helped our financial stability. But quite frankly, I can hardly ever remember talking about those things with you. It was always about the community and about our students and the sensitivities, the support, the work that we needed to do to ensure that everyone benefited, whether it was a business, our community, other departments, faculty, support staff, or other students themselves. You were always very concerned about the value and the benefits that everyone shared through the richness and diversity of international students. And we truly appreciate that about your leadership here at Lambton College and from our department. It has been an honor working with you, Judy. You were always available, night, day, weekends, different time zones, whenever our partners needed you. And for 19 years, you've developed wonderful partnerships and collaborations for the college. And I think the next 3 videos are a testament to your ability to work successfully in the global community for the benefit of our own community. The first video is from Cook Chen, the president of Seastar College. The second video is from Jennifer Jiang, the president of Queen's College. And the last video is from Dr. Kay Tian from our Jilin Lambton partnership in China. Thank you so much, Judy, for being a wonderful leader. We will miss you. Have a wonderful retirement.
Hi, Judy. Congratulations on your retirement. It has been a privilege for me working under your leadership. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to your great help, and I admire you for the great work you have done. Everyone knows about the beautiful new campus you built and the remarkable achievement on research and innovation projects. Those are definitely your legacy to remind everyone of your presidency in the history of Lambton College. From my colleagues at Seastar and I, your leadership to all public-private partnership colleges create a huge impact on the government, so I can still have this opportunity to say thank you to you. Not to mention the guidance and the support you provided to make Lambton in Toronto a great place for international students. We can't appreciate that enough. I hope you can enjoy a peaceful and relaxing retirement in your well-deserved new stage in life, full of happiness. Happy retirement.
Queen's College as you see it today wouldn't be what it is if not for one person, Judy Morris. You believed in our partnership. You generously gave your support to our organization and helped us achieve the improbable. Beyond what you have done for Queens, you have made a big difference in my life. I have learned from you what it means to be a strong leader and businesswoman. Most importantly, I am grateful for our over-decade friendship. Your guidance and support helped me get through so many hardships in the last few years. There are not enough words that can express how much we, Queen's team, appreciate what you have done for us. Your absence will be felt deeply, but I know that our friendship and partnership will persist long after you officially retire. Congratulations, Judy. Enjoy your retirement and thank you for everything.
Hi, Judy. I just received the news that you will be retiring. This must be a very exciting time for you. 22 years ago, we founded our partnership. Since then, we have witnessed each other's growth, helped each other, and to this day, we feel that we are not only partners, but also friends and family. Without you, Judith Lambton College would not be what it is today. Our cooperation has placed us in the leading position among Chinese foreign cooperative institutions, and we have supported the growth and the future of tens of thousands of our graduates. Though your Lambton journey ended today, the mark you have left on the institution and its people will not be forgotten. I hope you are doing well and will be able to spend retirement doing the things and symbol of the people you love. Know that you are always welcome here if you decide to visit China. From your partners and friends here at Judith Lambton College, congratulations on your retirement. Happy retirement!
Wow. Thank you to our international folks and our partners, and a special shout out to KTN there. And I can say Judy's legacy will be enduring because I've been to the China campuses and all the photos that you saw there are on those campuses. Very prominently posted. And since we're on the subject of college defining accomplishments, we probably should move on to research. You know that the team's been in the top 3 in the nation for the past 5 years. So at this time, I'd welcome Mehdi Shadexadeh as he joins us live.
Thank you, Spencer. I am honored to be speaking about the impact Judy has had on research and innovation at Lambton College and on our community and industry partners. The Research and Innovation Department was formed in 2007. It has always been a part of Judy's portfolio when she was VPA as well as president. I like to think we have always been a favorite. Even early on, Judy had a unique understanding of how well-positioned colleges are to drive economic, social, and environmental impact through our research. In those early days, she started building a cultural shift in the college towards research and innovation, and she backed up her messaging by allocating college resources to research. This included funding, administration support, and a space for lab activities, research, and admin team. I think we all remember Suncor Sustainability Center and Sustainable Smart House. In this support, the Research and Innovation Department saw a green light, and we hit the accelerator before anyone could try to tell us otherwise. Of course, Judy would have never told us otherwise. Under Judy's leadership, we established 6 research centers, including 2 technology access centers, to address the research and development gaps we could see in the community and to support the growth of new industries and sectors. Judy further brought Lambton College to the community, promoting collaborations on economic and social initiatives. There has always been so much opportunity in Sarnia Lambton, and it's been gratifying to form the strong partnership that have propelled this region forward. We have supported the growth of the Western Sarnia Lambton Research Park, the establishment and the growth of the biohybrid chemistry cluster, and the establishment of the Innovation Bridge, to name a few initiatives. Judy also positioned the college to support community initiatives like entrepreneurship and immigration, particularly with the integration of our international students. So that's how the Research and Development, Research and Innovation Department, most of you know, came to be. We have been one of the top 3 research colleges in Canada for 5 years running, and we were #1 in 2018, and we have won 6 awards of excellence from the Colleges and Institute Canada, CICAN, including 2 gold awards, a silver for applied research from the World Federation of Colleges and Polytechnics, and earned close to $50 million in research funding since 2007. That's us, that's how we got here, that's how Judy led us to be here. To truly honor Judy, I will talk a little bit about the future of research and innovation at Lambton College, as she has worked so hard to put it into motion. We recently formalized Civic Lab partnership with the City of Sarnia and the Lambton County, and we are greatly looking forward to collaborating on projects that improve the quality of life in beautiful Sarnia Lambton. We are also developing new approaches and models to support, integrate, and embed research and innovation into our academic side, including program ideation and experiential learning opportunities. Also, as part of our vision to position Sarnia Lambton as a place for IT companies to grow, with Judy's vision and leadership, we are in the process of growing our development shop to attract international IT projects to our community. We have some video tributes for Judy from our wonderful collaborators and community partners. We are going to hear from Sandy Marshall, Executive Director of Bioindustrial Innovation Canada, Catherine Albion, current, and Tom Streifler, former Executive Director of Western Sarnia Lambton Research Park, and Rick Perdue from the Sarnia Lambton Industrial Alliance, as well as the owner of Toolright Engineering in our community. Thank you all. Please enjoy these videos.
I'm Sandy Marshall, and it's an honor to be able to say a few words about Judy and her accomplishments on her retirement as President and CEO of Lambton College. I've had the good fortune of working with Judy as a member and as chair of the board of Lambton College Board of Governors. Now Judy is an active member of the boards of Bioindustrial Innovation Canada and the Sustainable Chemistry Alliance. Judy has made countless contributions over the years, but I would like to focus on her role driving innovation and entrepreneurship in our community. Under Judy's leadership, the college expanded to conduct applied research. In the short period of 10 years, its research department grew from a concept to establish 5 centers of excellence for applied research. By 2017, Lambton College was ranked as the top college in Ontario and in the top 3 in all of Canada. This only happens through Judy's foresight, her ability to build a strong and talented team, and provide the leadership to engage this team to achieve amazing results. Congratulations, Judy, on your retirement. You have earned it, and you deserve the opportunity to spend more time with family and friends and to enjoy the beautiful scenery that's literally at your back door. Best wishes on your retirement.
Hi, Judy. Congratulations on your retirement. I wish to thank you for all your contributions to the Western Sarnia Lambton Research Park. The Research Park and Lambton College grew together and became successful on many of our initiatives. We were both internationally and nationally recognized, and your contributions and leadership to the Research Park and on our board of directors has resulted in our thriving innovation ecosystem in Sarnia Lambton. All the best.
Hi Judy, congratulations. I hope you're looking forward to your retirement. It's been great, a great ride. You've left a great legacy. We've enjoyed working with you at the college, and certainly the park and the college have thrived together. You've had an impact on the community. We're hoping you have just as much fun and maybe even a little bit more in your retirement days.
Congratulations, Judy. On behalf of the Sarnia Lambton Industrial Alliance, I'm so pleased to wish you all the very best in a well-deserved retirement.
SLEA values the contributions that you have made to the manufacturing sector and how you are able to collaboratively link education with industry. I have been so fortunate to get the privilege of knowing you personally while working together on so many different projects and levels. Thank you so much for that. Your personal charm has a distinct way of making all of those around you feel very comfortable and included. Each and every business is made up of people, and when we look at the Lambton College, we will always see you smiling back at us. Wishing you all the very best in all the next steps that you will take. Thank you so much from the Sarnia-Lambton Industrial Alliance, our board of directors, and myself, Rick Prideaux.
Great, thanks to our speakers there, and what a tribute in terms of not just the results in terms of being in the top 3 in the past 5 years and the incredible amount of research funding as Mehdi has referenced, but also just the impact in terms of the community and the partnerships and what that has driven. And as we think about that, and we think about nationally ranked teams, and we think about community impact, it's really a great time to start talking about Enactus. And as Linda Franklin had indicated, the energy and passion that Judy brought to it and how I didn't even realize in terms of how that germinated in terms of the Enactus teams popping up at so many other colleges and becoming such a great part of that. So it's my honor to introduce Enactus Lambton Program Coordinator, Megan Rizzo, who will be joining us live, along with Enactus Faculty Advisor, John Milos.
Thank you so much, Spencer. Judy, it is great to be here today to honor you. I just want to thank you on behalf of all Enactus students, past and present, for your support over the years. It's not often the president of a college takes the time to support its individual students like you have. We are so lucky to have been blessed with such an amazing leader and person over the years. Today, our team wanted to put together a short video to show you what the world would look like if our Enactus team was never created. We want you to see what would have never happened without you. What would the world look like if Lambton students never went to Zambia, Africa? 500 Zambian agriculture trainers wouldn't exist, and 450,000 farmers would not have been trained in no-till farming. Without you, Judy, 1 million people would still be starving, still be living in poverty. We would not have implemented our farming program in the Zambian school system. Over 150,000 children would not have learned how to grow food. 350 individual entrepreneurs would have never been trained. A peanut butter business, textile business, and coffee plantation would not exist. 5,000 jobs would be gone, and over $100 million in profits would vanish. Without you, Judy, hope would vanish. In Sarnia-Lambton, our financial literacy program strength in numbers would be gone, and over 2,000 people would not be empowered to take back control of their finances. They would still be languishing in debt. We would have never formed partnerships with the Huron House Boys Home, the Women's Interval Home, Youth Jobs Connection, and the Sexual Assault Crisis Center. Judy, imagine 2 years ago if you had said no to the creation of Project One Circle. Over 30 First Nations across this land would not be building projects that are creating food security, jobs, and income. Lambton College would not be described as reconciliation in action if it wasn't for your support and your desire to help First Nations communities prosper. Greenhouses and aquaponics facilities that are bringing food security to over 7,000 people would be gone. Our team would not be able to deliver entrepreneurship sessions to hundreds of First Nations entrepreneurs, empowering them to run their own businesses, creating a pathway to prosperity. Without you, Judy, the rekindling of hope in so many nations would be extinguished. Judy, you have allowed Lambton students to show the world that a small college in Sarnia, Ontario is capable of so much. It's amazing to look back on the work of the Enactus team over the last 10 years and think that without you, Judy, we would have never known that as students, we can truly impact our community and our country. Judy, you are a beacon of light for students, and you have left a legacy we will continue to build. We are so thankful to have such an incredible leader who believed in us all those years ago and has stood by our side, cheering us on. And we hope that you have just seen the world is a better place because of you.
Good morning, Judy. I'm so happy to be here today to honor you. I think you see now tremendous impact you've had around the world, and I hope you really see the tremendous impact that you've had on our students. Think about this, over 1,000 Lambton College students have been a part of Enactus, and 125 of them have gone to Zambia and lifted 1 million people out of poverty. And that's because of you. That, for us, is your legacy. And on a personal note, I want to thank you so much for taking this very square peg that is me and finding a round hole that might somehow fit. And you've done that. And your leadership and your mentorship and guidance for me has been invaluable for my career at Lambton College. And I've found a home after so many years. I love this college, and it's because of you. 2 years ago, there was something we wanted to do for you, and you said no. You said, there's no way we're going to allow this to happen. So I went to Rob Cardis and I said, Rob, we're going to do this. And he said, John, don't do it. Judy will fire you. If there's something you can be fired for, this is it. Don't do it. So I listened and I did it anyway. But I thought, I'm going to wait until Judy retires, because then she can't fire me for this. So Judy, I'm going to ask you to please make your way up to the podium. You did not want a ring, but now you've got one. So from all of us, thank you so much for everything you have done for our community, our province, our country, and the world.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you, John. And you are fired.
Congratulations, Judy, and John, you'll be reinstated on July 1st. Judy, don't fire me. You might be thinking that's going to be a hard act to follow. But we just want to pivot a moment in terms of the impact Judy has also had in terms of student success and access here at the college. And while Judy first began her career as the Vice President's Academic and Student Success, I'm going to invite Rob up in a moment to speak a bit on a number of the initiatives. But one that really resonates in terms of that Judy and I had the opportunity to work on is the bringing the 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree to the college. And 12 years ago, when I was interviewing for a dean job, when I showed up for the interview, someone, Judy, asked me to do a surprise presentation. I was given an hour of how was I going to help bring the BSc in. So we created a PowerPoint. It was called Operation Repatriation, Bring the BSc Home. Clearly, it was a beacon for us. And but in all honesty, I can announce my retirement today because now I finally achieved a goal that I set out. But it was really Judy's tireless work on that file, and from moments where we just thought we would fall on the floor trying to get it done, it was really a love of hard work in terms of trying to negotiate, and it was advocacy with government, telling the student story, really resonating in terms of why this is important for our community, that we were able to make it happen, and under Rob's leadership that we'll be bringing it into play in 2023, Rob? What a huge accomplishment of when we really didn't think it was going to happen. And so many things today in terms of when we didn't think things were going to happen, we were told it would never happen, from that to the building that we're in, to so many things. Judy, congratulations. I'm so proud of the work that you're able to do and the tangible results and the legacy that that's going to have. So in terms of some additional examples that can be shared with us, I'll invite my colleague, Rob Cardis, our current Vice President, Academic and Student Success.
Thanks, Spencer, very much. And Judy, you had to know one way or another we were going to get you an Enactus ring. It is absolutely my honor to be talking about student success and access and everything Judy has done to ensure that everyone has the right to not just any education, but an education where they feel included, accepted, and valued. It's wonderful to have beautiful new buildings and state of practice facilities. But Judy and I and so many others at the college share the opinion that even the most astounding facilities are not worth very much if you can't provide equitable access to them. This campus is undoubtedly a huge component of Judy's legacy, as it should be. But to do her career justice, the students who have filled this campus need to be front and center as well. Make no mistake, Judy has fought to provide access to all kinds of students, and she has fought to eliminate all kinds of different barriers. That work goes back to her VPA days at Lambton College, and even before she came to Sarnia. Under Judy's leadership, we were never just doing what the other colleges did. We did it first. We were the pioneers. We didn't have a roadmap, just a vice president academic at the time, with a compass pointed at inclusive student success. And now look at us. We have a community integration through cooperative education program that has provided a fully integrated college. The key phrase there, fully integrated college. Experience to more than 200 graduates with learning disabilities, developmental disabilities, and other learning challenges. We have a school within a college program, otherwise known as SWAC, that allows students who have experienced significant barriers to graduate from secondary school a place in our college to complete their high school diploma. That program has an 85% success rate, and our School to College Work Initiative program leads the province. Our students are at the heart of Lambton College and everything we do, and I'm so proud that so many of those students have been able to overcome barriers and succeed here. And that's thanks to Judy Morris. When I think of your legacy, Judy, that will be forever what comes to mind first. At this time, we have some wonderful messages today. First, we're going to hear from David Armstrong from the School to College Work Initiative that'll talk about some of Judy's work at the provincial level. Curtis Gray will talk about the impact of that same program locally here. Our manager of college access program, Sandy Bolt, and graduate of our community integration through cooperative education program, Letitia Ward, will both talk about the impact locally of our CICE program. So I'll turn it over to them now. Thank you, Judy.
Hello, my name is David Armstrong, and on behalf of the School College Work Initiative, it is my great honor and pleasure to bring greetings to this very happy occasion. Happy, that is, for Judith Morris as she contemplates retirement. Sad for the rest of us, unfortunately, Judy. We will miss you for sure. Many of you will know that the School College Work Initiative is focused on assisting students as they transition from secondary school into the college environment. And for many years, we've had great success. But I don't think the success has been any greater anywhere than at Lambton College. And certainly Judith Morris has been a big, big part of that for many years now. But many of you may not know that Judy is also very, very active at the provincial scene. So Judy, on behalf of all those thousands of students you've impacted, best wishes for a very, very happy retirement and have a wonderful, wonderful summer as well. Best wishes. Bye-bye.
Hello, Judy. It's Curtis here, and I want to start by just saying thank you for always being such a strong advocate for students. That I know that you've been dedicated to bringing innovation to education, to reducing barriers for students accessing post-secondary education, and for always thinking of new and creative ways to support students. And I think one of the best examples of this is the School to College to Work Initiative. That it was around 15 years ago or so that you learned about the program and you recognized the value and the impact. And from that point on, you became a pioneer an early leader and a champion of SCWI programming. And you brought this to Lambton College, and you grew this to be one of the largest programs within the province of Ontario. And this really worked as the gold standard and became a best practice example for other colleges across the system. Today, all colleges operate a dual credit or an SCWI program with more than 22,000 students participating in the program. And locally, thousands of students have graduated from high school and transitioned to college, university, or work as a result of the SCWI program and as a result of your leadership, Judy. So I want to thank you on behalf of all the students, our school board partners, and our ministry representatives for being a leader and recognizing the value of this program, Judy. Judy, you'll be greatly missed for many reasons at Lambton College, but I certainly hope that you enjoy this well-deserved next stage in your life. Happy retirement. Thank you.
Judy brought the community integration through cooperative education program to the college 16 years ago. We were one of 3 colleges that started the program in the province. There are now 17 programs across the province, which I'm proud to say Lambton College is the leader in fully inclusive education for students with learning disabilities and developmental disabilities. It's Judy's passion and understanding that all students have a right to an education, but not only a right to an education, but to inclusive education where they're fully included into the college community. It's very important to Judy that we maintain that integrity and that students always feel that they have a place in our college community. To see the growth in our students from day one until graduation is truly the best part of our job. And Judy has been a champion of our program for those 16 years. Without her, we wouldn't be the leaders that we are in inclusive education. So Judy, I just want to thank you for how much support you've given our program. First of all, bringing it to the college, but supporting it for those past 16 years. You know, you've changed the lives of many, many students.
Hi, my name is Letitia Ward. I used to belong to the CICE program, and I used to volunteer at the president's office 2011 to 2013. And Judy, congratulations on volunteering. Congratulations on your retirement. And I hope you have a great time, spend time with your grandkids. I love you and thank you for being my friend.
What awesome tributes, and just in terms of not just the impact of the importance of access programs, but also hearing from one of our graduates. And I think that's what really makes Lambton a special place. It's inclusive, and it's inclusivity in action. At this point, I want to just take it back to the national stage again and share with some greetings that we're going to receive from the President and CEO of Colleges and Institutes Canada, also known as CICAN. They're a national membership organization that represents publicly supported colleges and institutes and champions their innovations, applied research, and other developments and opportunities. We're proud of our relationship, and Judy has really fostered that with CICAN. And here today is Denise Amio, President and CEO of CICAN, to share some greetings.
I am both thrilled and honored to have been invited to say a few words about you, Judith, as the President CEO of Colleges Institutes Canada. It has been such a privilege, an immense pleasure to have worked with you over these past several years. When I first met you, I was immediately struck by your trailblazing style, your outgoing personality, and your immense generosity and availability. You have been a strong supporter of Colleges and Institutes Canada, and I cannot thank you enough for your contributions, not only as a passionate member of our coordinating committee of the President's Leadership Network, but also for your active role in many of our initiatives and events. The leadership that you have instilled in your applied research team has boded well for Colleges and Institutes Canada, having your students showcasing their innovative applied research projects at our Applied Research CICAN on the Hill events with senior government officials has certainly contributed to moving the College and Institute Applied Research advocacy agenda forward for increased federal funding. Having gotten to know you better over the years, it is evident that you are a nationally respected president and highly valued by numerous colleagues across the country. In fact, your peers from across Canada had the immense pleasure of applauding you at the PLN networking session during the latest 2021 CICAN Connection virtual conference as the recipient of the 2021 CICAN Distinguished Service Award for your extraordinary contributions to the college and institute system. Judith, you are an exceptional leader with a track record of transformational results and commitment, not only to your college, your community, your students, and your province, but also to CICAN. Judy, you have made a lasting impression, not only on myself, but also on so many members of my staff. Your great sense of humor, your ability to turn a room around with your warm, relaxed approach, and of course, your leadership style, which has always demonstrated compassion and empathy, will certainly be part of our CICAN memories. Although the CICAN team is sad that you are retiring, we are taking comfort in knowing that you are leaving a legacy of extraordinary leadership, tireless commitment to fostering student success, and a strong foundation for further growth. Congratulations, Judy, on your retirement, and warm wishes for the next chapter of your life. All the best.
Wow, congratulations, Judy. Well deserved. And thank you, Denise, for those very kind words. So this event has been chock full of tributes to the larger-than-life accomplishments and developments that Judy has led. However, if you were wondering which section was going to top them all today, it's going to be this one, and we're going to hear from Judy's family. So we'll invite Judy's son, Adam, up, who's also an enrollment advisor here at the college, to kick things off.
Forget when I'm supposed to take this off. My mom's pretty good, eh? Some pretty amazing things and such amazing words from everybody, and honestly from her family. Thank you all so much. It's pretty incredible to see. The first family member that I will introduce is a video from my mom's brother, my Uncle Scott, who is one of the only other people that can razz my mom more than I do. So I'll throw it to my uncle.
Madam President, or Judy as she is known, this message comes from Maureen and Scott, also known as Mo and Bro. We want to wish you a wonderful retirement after a fabulous career of education. But to start at the beginning, Judy was a beautiful baby with long dark curls, as you can see. Have you ever seen anything so angelic? In her early years, she started out teaching swimming at the beach and off of our dock at the cottage. She was a good water skier, and one of her finer moments was landing on the shore when the keel caught in the sand. Going into high school where our mother was teaching, she would get into trouble, not good trouble. I shall not list all of her misdoings. But the vice principal would call Mom down to the office and give her a lecture on her daughter. Then she was really in trouble. The marks in high school were not stellar until grade 13 when she was an Ontario Scholar. She got her BA at Western, then started working at Oakland Hills Regional Center where she met Jerry. They moved to Sault Ste. Marie where she did some supply teaching and tutoring before getting on full-time at Sault College, as well as having her 2 children, Chris and Adam. She got the job at Lambton as a dean, and the family moved to Sarnia. She worked her way up to vice principal of academics and then president. In between, she got her Master's of Education at Michigan State. Our whole family was so proud of her for her accomplishments, never dreaming after high school she would achieve all this. So as she starts her new life in a much-deserved retirement, Mo and Bro wish her all the best. Hopefully, we will get to see Jerry more often after we get through the after effects of COVID and lockdown. All our love, Maureen and Scott.
I love my Uncle Scott. He also has a new book on Amazon called What Did Judy Do in High School? So if you want to buy that book, it's $30 on sale now. The next family member I will introduce is my brother who traveled all the way here from Sault Ste. Marie. If you're not aware, it's a lot faster to go through the States, but he couldn't, obviously, because of COVID. So he took the long route and drove about 11 hours to be here and surprised my mom yesterday. So I welcome my big brother, Chris.
Oh, yeah, my mom seems to have done a lot. I mean, I have the unique perspective, not unlike my uncle, that I've never actually worked with my mom. So a lot of this stuff is newer to me than I really expected. The scope of which I kind of realized yesterday when I was driving in and couldn't remember how to get to her office because there was all these new buildings in the way. The amount of work that you've apparently done that I don't know about, the innovation, it's made me incredibly proud to see. One of the traits with my mom is she's a very good negotiator. A little story about her and her negotiations. We were traveling to St. Martin, and my mom went into a jewelry store. Some of you may know she enjoys jewelry. And she sat down and was looking at a necklace, and the gentleman came up to her, and they were discussing things. And at some point, the topic of us being in Canada and where we were living, and he brought up the fact that he had family near Toronto. A few seconds later, after my mom was talking about the price, she looked at the gentleman in the eyes, took him by the hands, and said to him, "What if I said hello to your family near Toronto?" That was it. My mom got her price. I think he threw in a few things, and that it's wonderful. And that's my mom. This is probably how she got me to eat my vegetables when I was younger. It's wonderful to see. I can't tell you how proud I am of you, Mom. You inspire me every day. You inspire my children, all 400 of them. I'm very proud of you, and I love you so very much. Thank you.
He really does have 400 children. He had to buy an extra long van. So now it's my turn. I was given 5 minutes to honor my mom today, and Like many others here, I thought, what am I going to do with the other 4 minutes and 30 seconds? From being an English faculty member, which is super fun to have a parent as an English teacher, just if you were wondering, I'm constantly being corrected, to program coordinator of CICE, to dean, then the move from Sue to Sarnia to become vice president of academic, and then president and CEO. Holy guacamole. What an amazing career. After hearing from Uncle Scott about your high school years, who would have thought? It should really give everyone hope that they can do whatever they want to do in life. Growing up, you were always an amazing support to our entire family. You were always there for us no matter how busy you were. You had to deal with 3 males and a poodle with severe attitude problems, and you managed it in stride. Little Samantha, if you're wondering the dog's name. Growing up, I not only had the luck of being your son, I had the opportunity to work with you. Getting to have brief conversations with you when I saw you walking down the halls, to seeing you command a room at large-scale events. I was able to learn from you, sometimes not even intentionally. Recently, I was in a meeting and it was mentioned how you work to build relationships within the community and how important it is to you. I didn't even once realize that part of my job where I worked so hard to establish relationships and build them came from you. You led by example. If you know my mom, you know she has occasionally had an issue with being late. And by issue, I mean the most consistent thing about her is her being late. One day I made a comment to Leanne about this, my mom's left and right hand, about being late, and she said to me, "Your mother does more things in a day than most people do in a month." Though that didn't fully stop me from being annoyed that she was late, it did help me understand why. However, now that you are retiring, that excuse is gone. One of the things that always stood out to me in your office at Sioux College was a poster of Rosie the Riveter that said, "We can do it." Whenever I saw it in public, I would always think of you. How you've always been an advocate for women's rights and a mentor to so many people. How you will always build others up and be there for them when they fall. And as you know, I've fallen a lot. And you have always been there for me, from scraped knees to hurt egos. You have been there. Apparently lost the ability to talk. Now, going back to the Rosie poster, our family came together and discussed what would be a fitting gift for you for when you retire. We had our own fun version created for you. So I'll ask my wife Carly to come up, and my dad Jerry and Chris to come back up as well. So if you want to come back. This is my dad. You haven't seen him yet, but he's here. So I'll now ask Carly if she can unveil the gift that we had created for her. So we had a local artist create this painting and put your face in it instead of Rosie's. From Sioux College to Lambton, you've gone from "we can do it" to "I did it." And that obviously signifies the top. You have accomplished so much during your career. Can you even imagine how proud Nana and Grand would be of you? We are literally in one of the buildings you helped develop and create. You didn't get a hammer, but you were here. You probably did get a hammer. We modified it in a few other ways. You'll see the Lambton shield on the collar when you get up and see it. So we had that added instead of the button that was there previously. The dates of your start date from Sioux College to your completion at Lambton College. And then we added Morris Page coordinating committee at the bottom as well, so you would know who it came from. We are so incredibly proud of you, Mom, and you really have done it. You have had an amazing career, and you've created so many opportunities for so many people, and we love you so much. Thank you. And I'll hand it back to Spencer.
Wow, thank you, and thank you to Judy's family allowing us to borrow Judy for all these years. Special shout out for exceeding expectations, Judy. And those who can't see it on the video, Judy's got like some serious pipes going on there. So Adam just mentioned in terms of, and you've heard through this presentation about the new buildings and the campus revitalization a few times today, and Judy has really led the remaking of our campus, not only for the college, but for the overall community. What you haven't heard, though, is really the backstory of how did all this happen? How did it all come together? And so today we have a few guests to share with you the Envision Tomorrow campaign. So we'll have a story told by Margaret Dragon, Ryan Strauss from our foundation board, James Grant from Student Administrative Council, Mark Gilbeau from the director of the foundation, as well as Frank Ophelia, our current chair of the foundation board. So we'll let them take it away.
Good morning. I'm Margaret Dragon. Until I retired in 19, I served as Vice President, Finance and Administration at Lambton College for 23 years, the last 17 working with and then for Judy Morris. Capital expansion of Lambton College marks a very significant part of Judy's legacy. When I joined the college, the facilities were sorely in need of a facelift. A number of appeals were made to government for capital funding by Presidents Terry Blundell and Tony Hanlon. With strong community support, the Polysar Technology Wing was added, followed by construction of the renowned Lambton College Fire School. However, it wasn't until a few years into the term of Judy Morris when conditions were right to launch a major initiative to transform the footprint of Lambton College. Not surprisingly, Judy's vision was grand: a complete renewal of the technology wing, construction of a 40,000 square foot athletics and fitness complex, and a 60,000 square foot health and research center. With a price tag of $62 million, this was the biggest undertaking since the initial construction of the college, but Judy was undeterred. Judy's fundraising work started with the students who stood to benefit most. James Grant, General Manager of the Student Administration Council, was part of the early discussions.
Hi, I'm James Grant, General Manager of the Student Administrative Council. When SAC was approached about supporting a project to build an athletics and fitness complex, we were excited for the students to get involved. Supporting the physical and mental well-being of students is a primary focus of our organization. The creation of expanded fitness facilities and a large capacity gym is a significant achievement. Based on the strong relationship of trust between SAC and the college that have been created by Judy and Rob Cardis, the Student Administrative Council voted to commit a contribution of $8.6 million towards the construction of a spacious and well-equipped facility that we now know as the beautiful Cestar Group Athletics and Fitness Complex. This facility is now enjoyed by both students and our community.
With support from the students in hand, Judy then approached Lambton County Council with an impassioned plea for local support of new teaching facilities that would bolster college nursing and other health sciences programming. In response, the county generously pledged $5 million to the project. The campaign was gaining momentum before it had even publicly launched. Judy's next call was to Nova Chemicals.
I'm Ryan Strauss, Production Director at Nova Chemicals and a member of the Lambton College Foundation Board of Directors. Nova Chemicals has been a long-standing, proud supporter of Lambton College. When we were presented with the college's plans for the Health and Research Center, it quickly became apparent to us that we needed to support this facility as it was a natural extension of our commitment to investing in the well-being of our communities. At Nova Chemicals, we help shape a world that's even better tomorrow than it is today. With our investment in the Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center, we were investing in our community's future. This is a facility that inspires passion, enables collaborative and interdisciplinary training, provides experiential learning, and acts as a home base to a research and innovation department which leads the province and is consistently ranked among the best in Canada. Nova Chemicals is proud to have donated $2 million to the Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. With 3 major gifts in hand, the Lambton College Foundation $45 million Envision Tomorrow capital campaign went public as the biggest fundraising initiative undertaken to date. On behalf of the Lambton College Foundation Board of Directors, I would like to thank the Cestar Group and the Suncor Energy Foundation, who alongside Nova Chemicals supported this campus renewal and revitalization with 7-figure contributions. I also want to extend my thanks to the college's other industry and community partners who stepped up with generous donations that exceeded all expectations. You believed in this vision of a transformed Lambton College, and your support is making it all possible.
I'm Mark Gilbo, the director of the Lambton College Foundation. It was my privilege to work alongside Judy on the capital campaign. Judy was the right person to drive this campaign. Because of her tremendous commitment to the project, Judy went wherever and whenever she was asked, enlisting support from every corner of Lambton County and beyond, making countless appeals to industry, local governments, labor groups, service clubs, and businesses large and small. As a result of Judy's vision and commitment, the technology wing was transformed into a leading-edge center of excellence in energy and bioindustrial technologies. A state-of-the-art athletics and fitness complex open to the delight of students and the community. And a world-class health and research center now serves the college's renowned research program and all health science programming. An Indigenous outdoor gathering and learning space is also in the planning stages. Improvements to the roadway entrances to the college are underway, as is a west entrance renewal project, which will provide the quality of welcome Lambton College has become known. With the completion of the capital campaign, Judy's vision has become a reality. As you heard earlier in this event, increasing access to leading education and world-class facilities at Lambton College has been a priority for Judy. Along with the capital expansion, increasing the college's scholarship and bursary program to enable students from all walks of life to overcome barriers that stand in the way of equitable access to education was key. At the Lambton College Foundation, we thought there was no better tribute to the work of Judy Morris than the establishment of a legacy scholarship, and the college and community agreed. To tell you more about this scholarship, I would like to introduce the chair of the Lambton College Foundation Board of Directors, Frank Ophelia.
Thank you, Mark. As a long-standing member of the Foundation Board, it has been my honor to serve in this volunteer position, working with Judy and Chair Emeritus Andy Brandt to help make the Envision Tomorrow capital campaign an astounding success. It is also my honor today to announce a legacy scholarship named for Judith Morris in recognition of her commitment to excellence and her outstanding contribution to the Lambton College Foundation. The Judith Morris Legacy Scholarship Fund has been driven by donations from our business and industry partners, as well as the faculty and staff at Lambton College. The fund now stands at more than $100,000. The foundation will be working with Judy to establish criteria for her scholarship that will allow educational dreams to come true in the name of Judith Morris. We look forward to recognizing our donors when the scholarship has been finalized. Thank you, as always, to our donors, and thank you to Judy for everything.
And what did we get? A shout out to our YouTube followers for a little bit of applause as well, because what an incredible tribute both to Judy and a support for our future students. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Janice McMichael-Dennis back up to the podium, as the Board of Governors also has an announcement.
What an incredible scholarship fund. Isn't that amazing? Wow, thanks to Franco and the board and Mark, and that's amazing. Not only an impact on the college and students, but the whole wide world that we saw this morning. It's a wonderful event for a wonderful woman. Well, you may know that we at the board were not to be outdone by that. We had to do something that was maybe not equally impactful, but really impactful. And we came together with your senior leadership team, and we thought about who you are and what you represent. And we thought about the college and the fact that it's so bright and beautiful, and most important, so welcoming. You walk into the college and you feel like someone's put an arm around your shoulder. You feel like you walked in and you're at home. Whether you're a student or a part of the college team, an employee, a board of governors, or a guest, you walk in and you feel a sense of home. And you feel a sense of Judy. And that's what we wanted to capture with our gift. We wanted to capture the sense of Judy. So the Board of Governors, and I couldn't be more pleased to share this with you, the Board of Governors and your senior leadership team, who are always thinking about ways to recognize Judy and all that is Judy, we want to recognize you with a gift that's as warm and welcoming as you are, a gift that will last forever, the same as your impact here will last forever, Judy. It's still in progress, so we can't show it to you right in person, but we're going to show it to you on the screen. The Board of Governors is beyond proud to name the new west entrance of Lambton College the Judith A. Morris Atrium and Welcome Center. It is all that is you, Judy. It is warm, it is welcoming, and it will forever have an impact like you have. May the Judith A. Morris Atrium and Welcome Center usher in thousands and thousands of diverse individuals over future lifetimes, just as you have, Judy. We can't thank you enough, and please accept this as a small token of our appreciation.
Thank you, Janice, and thank you to the Board of Governors. There couldn't be a better or more fitting and enduring tribute to Judy's legacy here at the college. Now, at this time, I'll invite everyone to get a little comfortable, maybe grab a beverage, as we're about to watch a legacy video that really highlights Judy's contributions to the college. This was filmed and edited by Matthew Dockstader, an alumnus of the college and an incredibly talented individual who had the task of distilling the highlights of Judy's career into one video. As you're about to see, I hope you agree with me, he's done a phenomenal job. Let's watch.
Judy Morris is an exceptional person. She is lots of fun, and she's very smart.
Her ability to connect with people has always impressed me. Her ability to handle conflicts and smooth things out and build relationships.
She's driven. She's incredibly hardworking. She's funny.
Lots of energy, lots of commitment, excellent knowledge and skills.
Incredibly passionate educator, someone who's super committed to her community and those that she serves and never loses sight of her vision.
Humble, full of empathy, competitive, and full of kindness. So it's a combination of both an excellent leader and a superb human being.
A person who thinks big and always thinks that there's a way to get there. No one ever gets left behind, and you're always feeling that sense of belonging, and we're all rowing in the same direction.
I often tell people when I talk about Judy that if I was going up the beaches of D-Day, I would want Judy on my right or my left-hand side. She's an incredible individual who has a great vision of the college and the community.
When I think of Judy's legacy here at the college and in the community, there's so many things that come to mind. It's hard to know where to start. But the two things that I would highlight are Judy's leadership of our school to college work initiative, and specifically our school within a college, and then our community integration through cooperative education, otherwise known as CICE.
The CICE program is a program for students with developmental challenges or learning disabilities or severe learning challenges that normally wouldn't get to college.
One of the first community meetings I got to organize was with parents and community organizations about the need for that program. Just to see her in that meeting and just listening to those parents and to those students who had such a desire and need for this, you know, after high school to come to college. It was just like really inspiring. And I was like, oh, what have I signed up for? This is awesome. Like, this is really going to change people's lives.
It's a phenomenal program. I am so proud that Lambton College embraced it.
We were able to launch that program, make it a success. The job placement rates out of that program were very significant, and success loves imitation.
All of a sudden, we're seeing more and more of these programs right across the province.
You know, it's terrible to say bricks and mortar, but I think I'm sitting in one of the biggest accomplishments of having worked with Judy for the 10 plus years of advocacy and tireless work to see the health and research complex and by extension, the athletics space for our students come online. Really, really proud of that, and I think it's something that we can be proud of as a community.
What that delivered to health and nursing students is amazing. No longer were the nursing students in labs that were created from former classrooms. Research now has a space to be very proud of, to welcome the community. The athletics and fitness facility is second to none, and our students deserve that, and Judy was a huge supporter of that program, and well, she drove the program, and it's transformed the campus, and it's left an amazing impact on our community.
You know, one of my favorite memories with Judy is the day that we signed the agreement with our student association on the building of the new gym and fitness center, because that was a project that Judy and I, through the years, along with Margaret Dragan, talked a lot about, knew the need for it, and to finally get our student association on side and have Pounce there that day in the boardroom, and Andrew Shepard, our president, James Grant, our general manager. It was just such a special day to watch Judy and Anthony sign that agreement, and Judy just beamed with pride that day. It had been something that had been talked about for so long, and finally with the signing of that agreement, we were able to get it done, and obviously then built in concert with our health building has just been incredible for our campus. So that's a day I reflect on. The memories are filled with pride.
So my favorite memory was at the opening of the Center of Excellence and the new builds. She was so happy that the college had been transformed, and everyone in the audience and our students and our staff were just so happy. She had achieved what she had set out to do, and she knew the significance at the opening. She was like a rock star, and people were cheering and smiling and dancing, and she was so pleased that the place had been transformed the way that she had wanted it to happen.
She changed the culture, how Lambton College was viewed as a community college, which is, of course, is our primary goal as a center for education and training. But I think she changed the college towards becoming a dynamic socio-economic innovation engine for our region. She nurtured, supported, and provided vision and strategic leadership to grow innovation within our college. We are going to take that in our future operations and projects and thinking. And so whether it's research, whether it's academic side, whether it's new way of learning and training models, our interactions with our community, the concept of innovation and engagement is something that now is a culture of the college.
Well, there's no question she's rebranded the college. The $35 million of investment, the reputation of the college being at the top of the list of applied research colleges in Canada, Enactus, all those things that have made a difference, that are the human part of a college. I mean, the buildings matter, there's no question, and it's great to see the reinvestment and renewal, but it's the people and the energy that comes from the revival of the buildings. And Judy has done that in a remarkable way, building great partnerships and leading the way on environmental issues, on accessibility issues, and doing things that have reflected well, not just on Lambton College, but on Sarnia-Lambton.
I think when we look at leaders, and we all know what a great leader Judy is and what a stellar career she has had, and that's one part of a person, but a leader is more than just their job, their profession. What I admire about Judy is that over the years she has met all the challenges that have come her way. She's been a very supportive wife and advocate for her husband, her children, her grandchildren. Those types of things are amazing when at the same time you're a leader of a large organization and you're making significant impact to your community. To me, you look at the whole person, and Judy is definitely the whole package. I think Judy should be remembered as one of the most significant presidents that Lambton College has had.
It wasn't long after I met her that I had an inkling that Lambton College would go to a place that we had not even imagined.
I think what Judy has really inspired me, and it's something that I've taken forward, is the importance of thinking beyond what you think may be possible and pushing the boundaries.
I think we will look back in the years to come and be forever grateful in terms of whether it be the new buildings, whether it be our applied research model, whether it be programs. There's just so many things. You can't look around and move around our college without it having Judy's initials on it. There's just so much that's been done. I think we will be forever grateful for her and always remember her as that leader that did always balance what is best for Lambton College.
She inspired you, she excites you about the initiative that you are working with. She constantly supported me, make me who I am at this time. So she's a big mentor and coach to me. What she did has had a huge impact the way I live in Canada, the way I think as a newcomer, the way I grew.
She really cares about all the staff, no matter where you're from. She cares about the students. She would give her right arm to help somebody. She's pretty amazing.
What an incredibly fun person to work with.
Fun. F-U-N.
F-U-N. Judy built a really collegial, inclusive, fun, but serious place to work. And I was really lucky and proud to be part of it.
Retiring is really difficult for her. This has been a huge part of her life, and I know how much it means to her to be here, and she's really going to miss everybody.
When people talk about legacies, I think of Christopher Wren, the architect, who after the Great Fire of London rebuilt London and St. Paul's Cathedral. And when they asked about what was his legacy, the answer was this: look around you. Just look around you. That's Judy's legacy. Just look around you.
And I tell folks where I work, often people will say, Judy Morris, that president, has really transformed the place, hasn't she?
I think Judy Morris should be remembered for creating that sense of pride in being a Lambton graduate, for being a person who works at Lambton College, for a person who lives in Sarnia and has Lambton as their college. I run into people every day and they talk with such sense of pride. You know, I graduated from Lambton. Everyone's wearing the Lambton blue, the Lambton shield. It's exciting to see that sense of pride, and I really think that's been fostered by Judy, and she's created that sense that Lambton College is on the map.
Thank you for all that you've done for me, our college, and our community. You have been just such a great role model as a leader. I have learned so very much from you, and on behalf of myself and my entire family, Heather, Faith, and Mackenzie, just wish you all the best.
You've worked so hard and you've accomplished so much, and you deserve a great retirement, and we are going to have some fun.
Judy, I wish you the happiest retirement, full of health, laughter, joy, playing with your grandchildren, travel. It was an absolute honor and pleasure to work for you, and I will miss you a lot, and I love you.
Judy, wishing you all the best in retirement. I'm so excited for you and Jerry to have this time together. I'm going to miss you.
I can't think of anyone that deserves a retirement more than you. You have worked so hard, and you have done such incredible things. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for Lambton College.
I'm going to miss you a lot. I'm going to miss you coming in the morning and just sharing the latest news of what's been happening, your inspiration. Thanks for 12 years, and thanks for giving me so many great opportunities.
You are leaving quite a legacy in sunny Lambton, and I look forward to you and I having a celebratory vodka martini with a twist lime.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Congrats.
congratulations. It's been a wonderful 19 years.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Congratulations, Judy, on your retirement.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Congratulations, Judy Morris, in your retirement.
Well, congrats, Judy. Now, is this time for real? I've been in this movie before, and it looks like a rerun. The community loved the fact you stayed on and didn't retire. But now that you are officially retiring, wishing you all the best for a long, happy, and healthy retirement.
I am so proud of you. I can't express my gratitude for everything you've done for our family and for this college and this community. I love you. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow, what an awesome segue, and to have an opportunity for the awesome Judy to come up and say a few words. But before I do so, I just want to do a quick breakaway to our illustrator Lisa's work and see what she has produced for us. All righty. Well, the person of the hour, the awesome, the incredible, we can't think of enough superlatives to say, Judy Morris.
Wow. Just let me see. Put that there. Wow, 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 wow. I have to tell you, the people in this room and far beyond have kept so many things a secret. I honestly don't remember ever being so surprised in my life. And I have so grateful to all of you. I am standing here with a very long speech, I'm sorry to say to the people who are listening, but I almost can't start because honestly, I'm overwhelmed. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. So, well, as the mayor said, I'm actually going to retire this time. It's bittersweet, but I will say I don't know anyone who wouldn't have wanted to go out like this. Like, seriously? Thank you for your messages, your memories, what you've done for my legacy. It's beyond comprehension. It's beyond description. I should have seen it coming because this is the way this college is, the community is, and this is the way the community system does things as well. But I didn't, by the way. I have spent 38 years in education, and I can honestly and without reservation tell you that I have loved almost every single minute. I feel incredibly blessed to have worked in a career that has ignited my passion and has challenged me at every turn. My hope is that our students will have that very same opportunity. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world." I believe that in every part of my being. When I moved to Sault Ste. Marie, or from Sault Ste. Marie to Sarnia to become the VPA, I knew when I arrived that I would stay. People opened their doors, their homes, their offices, their hearts to me. Such a welcoming city, county, college. I felt a very strong bond right from the beginning. This is my home. As I am already emotional, I'm going to start by acknowledging the people that made it possible for this to be my home. It may sound crazy, but these people were and are the wind beneath my wings. At least I'm not singing it. My husband, you saw him on the video, wasn't he sweet and kind? of almost 40 years, left his job as a professor and a coordinator at Sault College in Sault Ste. Marie so that I could take on the VPA position. And whenever I asked him if he thought I should take on something else or do seemingly something outrageous, which is normal, I might add, he never wavered. He only said, "Go for it. I have faith in you." My two boys, I was going to say some of you might know Adam, but you've all heard from Adam. And wasn't he awesome? Wow, what a great presenter. No wonder you are the Lambton College recruiter extraordinaire. And Christopher, who is a senior systems consultant at OLG in Sault Ste. Marie, are two of the sweetest young men, incredibly caring, always supported, and very, very talented. I love you. You mean the world to me. I want to recognize as well their wives. You saw Megan today. I'm so proud of her. She's awesome. You saw Carly today. See, I'm a little bit disheveled. So sorry, Carly. You saw Carly today, and she's an amazing, amazing woman. She's vibrant, and she's kind, and she's intelligent. And Megan is the same, vibrant, kind, and intelligent. And they are mothers to heart of my hearts, our grandchildren. Firstborn Maddie and Damon and Tatum and Ezra, the 7-month-old baby that I have yet to see. Damn COVID. And then Adam's and Carly's children, Roscoe and Miles. They're just adorable. Having time for our grandchildren is one of the retirement's greatest gifts. And you've seen some of my retirement's other gifts, so this is a pretty good one. And finally, my brother, Scott. Oh my goodness, wasn't he funny? While older, he often acts younger. But seriously, though, he is undoubtedly the nicest human being who I'm just lucky enough to call my brother. He's so sweet. I've always had outstanding support professionally from people I've been lucky to call my colleagues and my friends. The senior team, you saw Mehdi on the video, and he's in Calgary, and Rob Cardis and Spencer Dixon, the extraordinary MC. I am thankful to have had a team who supported one another and me in the good times and the bads, right? And when we wanted to do something innovative and something crazy, you never said no. You never did. You'd weigh the risks and you'd figure out how to overcome them. And then you'd drive the bus right alongside me, right? I have no hesitation in saying that Mehdi Shadexade, Spencer Dixon, Rob Cardis, Mark Dragon, Donna Church were and are the best of the best. Our senior director and dean, Cindy Buchanan, and Chris Slade were often part of our team. Two exceptional human beings. And when you look up stars in the dictionary, you will see their names. It isn't possible to talk about support for long without getting into our community support. All of the support I've experienced. There's a lot to talk about on that topic, and I'm going to start with one of the greatest and most hard-fought accomplishments of my career. And you've already heard about it. I didn't realize you were already going to hear about the Nova Chemicals building, but I'll tell you from maybe a little different spot. Spencer, Leanne, Marg, and I drove hard on that building for 5 years. Tony had worked on it for 3 years prior. We had every iteration, right, Spencer? Known to man. We tried working with external partners. We brought in consultants to reconfigure the story. We knocked on, I swear to God, every single door. And while we were doing that, Donna Church, VP extraordinaire, was driving hard to make Lambton a mobile college and developing a multiplicity of different programs so that we could be extraordinary. And Rob Cardis was really driving the students and all, driving buildings as well, and was becoming, highly effective as a VPA of student success, and focused so much on our graduates and our students. And as I recall, Steve Arnold and Bev McDonald, two wonderful city councillors, and the talented Ron Van Horn, CAO, suggested we might want to work with the county on a donation. I had the pleasure of meeting individually with 17, right, Leanne? 17 county councillors, some more than once, And in a nail-biting vote at City Council, or County Council, I should say, at that meeting, the majority voted to support that $5 million donation, one of the largest in the college system at the time. That is the county we live in. They believe in the power of education, and they believe in the citizens of Lambton, and that, to me, was such proof. Next came a tiny, rarely used fund that was discovered by Leanne and Pat Davidson's office. And by the way, Pat was our MP at the time, and she'd been trying so hard to get funding for this building for 8 years. So it was amazing that day when the federal government provided $10 million in funding, and it was matched by the province. And then came Nova Chemicals with the largest corporate donation, certainly, that we have ever had, and the largest that they had ever given, $2 million. It was one of the most incredible days of my life when we opened the building that you've seen in the pictures, because it meant so much more than concrete and glass. I look at that building and I see the power of a community. I want to thank Bev McDougall, warden at the time, Bill Weber, former warden, and Kevin Marriott, current warden, and all of the councillors, Pat Davidson, MP, and Tom Thompson of Nova Chemicals, Mayor Mike Bradley, and the many, many, many more people involved, including the foundation. They helped find the funds, as you saw, for Nova Chemicals, assessed our group fund, fitness and complex center, student bursaries, and oh my goodness, student bursaries. Did you see what I had a legacy fund for that? $100,000 to help students. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. We have the most amazing group of community advocates on whom we rely for that ever-important community connection, led by Frank Ophelia, owner and operator of Cooperatives Insurance, who's been on the foundation right since the beginning. He is such a devotee to Lambton College. And Vice Chair Matt Gordon, owner of Kelgore Limited, who sits on other college committees with me as well, a man dedicated to our community. That marks the number of times I can say the word community before I truly describe our mayor and his contribution. He is 100% supportive of Lambton College, and he believes in our mission. He understands how community and student success go hand in hand, and we've worked on many, many things together, but the latest has been the President's Immigration Task Force. He and Alex Palamaca, VP at Blue Water Power, are invaluable co-conspirators. Their friendship and leadership is very dear to me. I want to also note the contribution of Bob Bailey, our MPP. He has always been a Lambton College supporter, and I've always known that I could ask Bob for assistance at any time, and he would be there. My thanks also to Marilyn, our MP. She's amazing. During my tenure as president, I've had the pleasure of working with a number of board chairs and board members. Every single person has been a dedicated college supporter and professional. I'm grateful for their guidance and unwavering support. In particular, I'd like to mention John Gerard, such a lovely man, exceptional president finder. He hired me. He was the first chair. And then came Brian Fairley as the chair, and Sandy Marshall, and Jim Birds, and lastly, Janice McMichael Dennis, and you've seen her today. Wow, CEO of Blue Water Power. Janice gives 100% to everything that she does, and she gave us 150%. Seriously, she was a fabulous chair, always available to help, always available to speak, always available, period. Exceptional speaker and genuinely kind and generous human being. Oh, I love you, Janice. Thank you. Sandy Marshall, Executive Director of the Industrial Innovation Canada, and a very talented man, has been a friend of the college, and you saw him before, for 20 years, and he has given back as a member of our PACs, as the plant manager of Lanxess at the time, as a foundation board member, and finally as our board chair. As the ED of the Bioindustrial Innovation Canada, he works very closely with our research department in Western Research Park, and the triumvirate has been very successful, driving sustainable the Sustainable Chemistry Cluster in Sarnia-Lambton over the last 15 years. And what a cluster it's been, really in North America. It's really quite amazing. And you saw Catherine as well. And so I do want to mention Catherine and Tom Streifler, the EDs of the Western Research Park. And we have many labs over there. Medi keeps building and building and building. And we say, well, where are we putting all the bloody labs? Come on, Medi. And there they go over at the park. They are great partners and very strategic men, very community-minded. And then Stephen Thompson, CEO of the Sarnia-Lambton Economic Partnership and industries and businesses that have supported our college for so many, many years. I have a few that I'd like to mention in particular. Mark Heisler, former board executive member and plant manager of Suncor Industries. Brian Fairley, former board chair and plant manager of Imperial Oil. Tom Thompson, former foundation member and plant manager of Nova. And now Rob Thompson, member of our task force on immigration. Mike LePayne, former executive board member and CEO of Blue Water Health. Mike Caverly, senior account manager at RBC, former foundation member, supporter of Enactus, and current board member. And on it goes. And I'm going to stop there. But not everything is about Sarnia, apparently. There might be a post-secondary system that I might want to talk about in Ontario with 24 community colleges. Our system has had the privilege of being led by Linda Franklin, who without a doubt, and you saw her earlier, is one of the most talented CEOs. She leads Colleges Ontario in an advocacy body, and they champion, as you well know, policy measures to strengthen programs and lead change and coordinate lots of approaches to ensuring the sustainability of our system. For those who don't know, the Committee of Presidents is the lead group, and I've had the opportunity to sit at that table for 9 years with 23 dedicated college presidents. We have not always agreed, I might add. In fact, it's been quite exciting at times. We are competitive cooperators. However, I've always known that every single president cared deeply about his or her students and college. I want to single out a few groups: the Northern Ontario presidents and the private partnership presidents. Honestly, they're kind and they're caring and they're cooperative, and they want to work together for the very best of our students, and in particular with the PPP presidents for our international students. So I want to thank you specifically for that. And the women at the table. Even in these times, it can be a struggle, but you all have such strength and intelligence. You are role models for so many women. I want to mention a few. Mary-Lynn Westmoyne, I love your poem, Mary-Lynn. It was awesome, and we've always had such great fun together. Anne-Marie Vaughan, Lise Bourgeois, Cheryl Jensen, Janet Morrison, Kathleen Lynch, Patty France, Ann Buller, who is retired, sent me the nicest note this morning, so sweet. Ann Sado and Audrey Penner, and there are many more. And there are many more other good friends and colleagues like Don Levisa and Ron McCurley and Brian Tamlin and Tony Tilley and David Agnew and Claude Brulé, Craig Stevenson and Sean Kennedy. And you did see that our wonderful Glenn Volbach at the beginning, who I have had great fun with. And you can tell he's fun. Trust me, he's fun. The National College Advocacy Body is called CI-CAN, and it's led by Denise Emio. And you saw her speak earlier. She is a spitfire. You could probably tell that. She's a driver. She's really well connected. And one of the many things that I admire about her is her great ability to build a team, to make people feel welcome and valued. Thank you to both you and your team, and her team is great. They have a great team, as you've established a really stellar organization. I also want to acknowledge the impact of our private-public partnerships that they've had on our college. Jennifer Zhang from Lambton in Mississauga is the student-centered, kind, and very strategic president and CEO of Queen's College. You saw her on the video, and oh, she's so lovely. I have the utmost respect for her and what we've developed together. Hufang Chang, our partner at Lambton in Toronto, and you saw Hufang, we call him Cook, is the president and CEO of Cestar College. We've had lots and lots of good times together, and in fact have built a very impactful partnership, which has resulted in a significant contribution in our community. Cestar has donated to the Inn of the Good Shepherd regularly. They donated $4 million to the Wide Load Corridor project, and last but not least, they donated $10 million to Lambton College. Thank you to Cestar and to Cook. And thanks to a lot of the hard work from so many students, employees, stakeholders, Lambton College has made quite the impact provincially and nationally and even globally. And you heard that a little bit earlier. Honestly, it has nothing to do with me. We have such amazing people. And you saw John Milos, who's fired. I guess you don't have, you might want to, you might want to pull some money together to support him. But he did give me a beautiful ring, which I'm wearing, so I might forgive him. And not just an Actus, but of course Research and CIC and our Access program, and they all were so covered so beautifully in the program. There is much more to be said on those topics, but honestly, this is long enough, and I would start and talk forever if I got going. On a more personal note, we all need mentors, and I've had the privilege of having a few during my time as an educator and a leader. I will start with Tony Hanlon, the previous president of Lambton College and my boss when I was a dean at Sioux College. I learned a great deal about quiet, intelligent problem solving and strategic thinking, not to mention governance. He was an aficionado at governance. This was never my strength, I might add, and frankly, I cannot figure out how I ended up as the chair of the governance committee for both the Sarnia-Lambton Economic Partnership and the Bioinnovation Canada. I think it was because Tony left such a great governance model to follow at the board that I absolutely could not fail too badly, and perhaps people were fooled by that. I don't know. I also had some great mentors at Sioux College. My first dean, Nadine Cook, my VPA, Kitty de Rosario, and at Lambton, Dee Cox, who left way too early, and our senior team. You are all my mentors. Thank you. And Leanne as well. My sincerest thanks to them. I've been truly blessed to work with Leanne, executive assistant to the president and to the board and government relations advisor for almost 19 years. Got to get my act together on this one. We grew up at Lambton College together. We can finish each other's sentences. We are like a well-oiled machine. I will spend 2 minutes on Leanne. She is a pragmatist while I am a dreamer. She is an analyst while I go blundering in. She is politically savvy while I go blundering in. Honestly, she is one of the kindest people you will ever meet. I feel such gratitude that I've had her in my life. Thank you. And the newest member of our office is Lauren Ward, the most extraordinary writer and communicator. She makes me sound brilliant, an extremely tough job, I might add, but she is exceptional. I knew I wanted to hire her when I watched her speak with such passion and then cry about the work of an Actus Lambton. At Lambton College, honestly, until you cry about our student successes, you're not part of the team. And what a team it is. I leave on June 30th knowing that Lambton College is in exceptional shape because of the teamwork of our support staff, our faculty, our administrators, our incredible community, our public and private partners, and the provincial and federal advocacy work that has been done. I am so incredibly grateful to have been part of that success because our students will be the recipients, and they are and always have been our mission. But you know that, and that's why you're here. And that's why you've always played such an important role in the last 19 years of my life. I told you at the beginning it was hard to leave, and it is in one sense, but in another, it's very easy to let go, as my beloved college is in an excellent shape. The community engagement and the support has never been better, and we have a wonderful new president, Rob Cardis, whom I adore. But more importantly, who is up to the job of driving Lambton College to new heights. So I leave. I also just want to take another quick minute to thank my family as I keep looking over here at Judy the Riveter. I couldn't have been more surprised about that as well. Thank you. You really are amazing. And so I leave, excuse me, with the hope that you are as proud of what we built together. Here's to the little college that could and bloody well did. Thank you for the memories.
Thanks, and thank you, Judy, and thank you for everyone who joined us today. And before we wrap up, I just wanted to give a special shout out to our IT folks. This couldn't have happened without Scott and Scott Vey and Eric Brown. You know, I just got to say, we love IT. So on that note, Scott, are we doing the goodbye message, or are we going to roll that again? I didn't get to see it. Here's our last word.
Happy retirement.